Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Okay, so what we did yesterday, Sagar, is it started, right?
Yes, started.
Okay, thank you. So what we did yesterday, we came to know what is Helm. That is a first thing. Then we discuss about why do we need the help, what were the use cases for it, and then we discuss about how it works and architecture related stuff. And then we did set up the Kubernetes cluster that was needed. Without that, it can't be possible. And then after that, we install the Helm. After the installing the Helm, we understood at a high level the concept of charts, the structure of charts also. And then after that, we install the charts and then validated the charts. So I think we installed the chart MySQL or something like that, if I don't remember correctly. So we validated the chart is got deployed or not, and then after that, we decided to create our own chart at a high level. Very simple. It was a pod.yaml. That's all. It could have been many more things there in the charts. I mean, template files. I hope you remember. But I wanted to get you the idea. How can you create your own chart and hello world kind of stuff? And one pod we deployed and we validated. We install it through the local path and then got it done. So I hope all of us are clear now. Now, what we will do today, we will deep dive into the same topic, like what are the other options we have in chart, what are the configurations you have in the Helm and all stuff like that. So everything will deep dive throughout the day. Almost same topic, but a little bit in a depth manner. I mean, we'll explore more different feature of the charts and values and so on. So let's get started. So environment is set. We did install the Helm. That's not needed. Okay. And after that, we need to understand configuring the Helm. So the utility which you have used yesterday, we are going to understand the configurations part of it. So in a configurations, one of the path which we have is cache path. Okay. So cache path, basically what exactly this will do, uh, when you install anything and or download any charts. Okay. So the Helm cache path refers to the directory where the Helm store cached data such as downloaded charts and extracted chart file for temporary. That means it's like cache. So whenever you install any charts, download any charts, so you will see that those charts are located in this path. In fact, the charts you may find in a gunji format, that means compressed format, and then extracted file also. So this cache is used to improve performance by avoiding redundant download and extracting chart files. In Windows, what I have given you a screenshot, you can check it out under the user's home, app data, local temp and helm. In Linux, it'll be different place. I'll show you. So that is a one cache path. Second path, which we have a configuration path. So here it will be having charts. Okay. Here you have a configuration for Helm. Yes, Helm. Configuration for Helm means what? So the Helm configuration path referred to the directory where Helm stored its configuration file. And the configuration files, which may include the information about the repository. Some repository, you have a password for it. So credentials will be stored in this directory itself, and anything client related configurations you want to hard code, you can do that. So the file which you see is repository.yaml, which contains all these configuration files. Okay, so in this specified directory you can find file like a config.yaml and repository.yaml, which hold the configuration information. So that is a second path which you need to remember. Data path. Now this is the place you have a data. Data means plugins, scripts. Now, what is a plugin? So Helm has the limitations. If you want some more features, some more functions, so then plugin concept has come where the people have developed multiple plugins in Golang or maybe shell scripting or PowerShell scripting. Is up to you, and you can use the plugins. So this plugin things we'll talk about tomorrow. So that is a almost a kind of last topic where you are in enhancing the extra additional features using programming languages. So the Helm data path refers to a to the directory where Helm stored various data files, including cache, chart archives, downloaded plugins, and other temporary data generated during Helm operations. So this is the data path. Now, where and all this will be located, I think by now you are comfortable. I asked you yesterday to look at the output, this one. So if you look at it very carefully, in Linux, cache path, configuration path, and data path. Mac, if you're using some of you, then and we are using Windows today. Also, you can install all this stuff, and in Windows you can see that. So, any confusion on the this three path which is required for you to know, if you have a curiosity to know where the charts is being downloaded and stuff like that. So yesterday you did a repo add, and after that you did install. So you must be having curiosity where the MySQL charts are there. So you can find it out today and then explore all these options, three path in Linux. Correct now, all of you? All of you?
Yes,
Yeah,
Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Okay. So guys, these are the three important path. Please remember it. Okay. Now here there is some specifications also and some configuration order. So sometime what happens? Sorry. Sorry. So this is the path which I showed you. It's a default cache and configuration path. But what you can do, you can override it through the setting up the environment variable. Yes, these three path you can override it. So if you look at this downside, $helm cache underscore, that's a Linux actually. So you can use that variable and in certain environment and you can override it if you don't like that path. So it's up to you. So Helm store cache configuration and data based on the following configuration order. If environment variable is set, it will be used, which is you will have to set it up manually. Otherwise, which I showed you, this one, the system supporting XDG based directory specifications and variable will be used. So this is the directory which I showed you. Now, third one, when no other locations is set, default locations will be used based on the operating system. So this is something which you can have a precedent. So configuration. Most of the time we uh, don't this one, don't change it. But in a production, sometime we want to centralize the things and multiple, we set up the EFS and all, and in that case for all servers we want to have one cache copy, then in that case we do that. uh, so sometime we do that, this kind of automation, so please remember that. Now apart from that, sorry, so apart sorry, so yeah, so apart from that you can decide, you can customize your Helm multiple different options also. So for example, sorry, I think I am having some crash. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so sometime what happens, workstation concept, you remember that yesterday someone has asked and I explained it right now. All of you, workstation concept, I'm audible, right?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, so guys, here sometime what happens in workstation, you have configured 3 4 Kubernetes server, Kubernetes server, Kubernetes clusters. Anyone have idea how to configure that? Anyone?
There's a question, Rajesh.
In workstation, you want to configure 3 4 Kubernetes clusters. How to do that? Anyone have idea?
I mean, multi-node cluster.
No, no, no. I'm saying workstation
But
concept.
no.
Workstation. Okay, so this is something which all of you will do that if you work with the multiple clusters. Let's say you are working on a dev cluster, QA clusters, production, you have a 3 4 clusters, and you want to use one laptop for that. So you will use this file, this file, this one, config file. So in this file, you will add a more command. Through commands, you will do that most of the time. Manually, you can also modify. So here, dot cube config. This is the file. Now I know that you are feeling little lost. This file is too much. Lots of contents are there. So if you want to see in an easy way, kubectl config view.
But this is for a single cluster, right?
No, no. This you can add multiple clusters. This command will help you to see the file in an easy way, and those certificate data they will omit or edit it. Now here you see S clusters. S means clusters, multiple. Right now there's only one. Here you have a context, only one, because I have only one cluster, and users only one. See here users. If you want to add a more users, you can add it like this, more section. If you want to add a more clusters, you can add it here, and context also. And there is a one default context which is set, which is a same cluster. So here, this is one which is set here. So here this file you can modify these all commands. If you don't know, just type kubectl config -h. Remember that kubectl -h, I mean h in Kubernetes world, -h is very powerful. So here you can see all these commands. You can add a sorry, you can add a clusters, context, user, unset also, get also, delete also. Everything options you have. So you understand this one part, this part, correct now? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So now we've coming back to this concept. So what is this variable for in the Kubernetes, I mean Helm? So this variable, sometime what happens, you want to, for Helm operations, you want to deploy to some specific API server. Now, which is not a default, mind it, I said which is not a default. You want to deploy to some different API server. Right now I have only one, but you can have a multiple. So in that case, what you can do, you can use this variable. Okay, are you understanding? If you want to use
Um,
different CA file, you can use it. If you want to use different user, you can customize it for the Helm specific one. Okay, if you want to use a different context, you can use this one. So
by
all the
different, what do you mean, Rajesh? I mean, suppose we are having two clusters, so we have the entry for first cluster, the context and the config, everything. Now, if you are saying that different, so you are saying that we changing the the current one or adding the new one.
no. That's what I'm saying. This is a, see here, trace that. In order to understand those variables, you need to understand this one first. Okay. Now, when you run a command, what happens? The when you run a commands, it is hit. Sorry, it is hitting this context. Okay, this is the default context. This context, if you trace, which is here, this is a Kubernetes cluster API server, and this is a user. So when you run any commands, it hit to this cluster, whichever the current context. But for Helm operations, you have one more cluster, let's say here, and one more users as added here. And in that case, if you want to customize it, okay, saying that there is a one development cluster, you set it in the current context, but rest of the clusters you are keeping it not in a context. So you want to change that for the Helm. So if you want to if you want to change that, then you need these variables to override it. Are you understanding this one? Each and everything you can customize for deployment for Helm. If you want to choose some other API server, other group, other user, other context, other token, other server name, so you can do that. Are you understanding or not? It's just to override it when you are working with a multi clusters.
Okay.
Got it? So when you have a multi clusters, this will be having multiple options here, which you want to use it. Got it right? All of you? Okay. So now this is something. Now few more variables are there, which is like a debug option. So you can enable the debugging option, so more logs will be there. Here, when you release the history, how many versioning is should be allowed? Number of history, max history. If you want to set the namespace for the, you want to fix the namespace. Now, what is the namespace? All of you, what is the namespace? So namespace in Kubernetes. Name. I think someone should answer this.
Namespace in Kubernetes is something that we actually you can say that we reserve a space.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, no. So this will be right,
To
not a right
divide
thing.
clusters.
Yes, yes. See here, I'll put it in a simple story, but I think we have to, all of us has to do lots of hard work actually. Okay, that is important. I am feeling so because Kubernetes, I think we are just knowing at one or two commands. I feel so, or at a high level deployment, just command we remember. We don't know how it works, what is the impact and all. Okay, so let's understand this concept of namespace. So here, this is the worker one. Okay. This is worker 2. This is the worker 3. This is empowering one cluster. Okay. Understand this. So in this here we have a 5 GB RAM. I'm just using a RAM for sake of discussion. 5 GB RAM and 10 GB RAM. So altogether I have a 20 GB RAM. So here my cluster capacity is 20 GB. Okay. Now it can be CPU also, it can be storage also. All this thing can be there. Now one single Kubernetes, see, please note down this word. No matter what are the clusters what are the workers, how many workers you have, Kubernetes view as a one computer. That means you're clustering. Kubernetes is a clustering techniques. So right now, if you say what is the capacity of your Kubernetes cluster, so you should say 20 GB because it's powered by 3 worker. So now the problem is this same cluster we use for the team A and team B. Okay. Now team A and team B, they will fight for the resources. Fight for the resources means, let's say team A deploy the pod, 1 pod, 2 pod, 3 pod. Team B also deploy the pod, 1 pod, 2 pod, 3 pod, just for visualization. So technically speaking, theoretically it's running in the cluster, pod is running in the cluster and also, but technically speaking, this is the resources they are consuming, correct now? Technically, correct now? Hello?
Yes. Yes,
Resources
Rajesh.
means CPU and RAM, I'm saying, and storage. Now what is happening? I'll tell you the one incident. One fine day, this is a team A and this is a team B. Team A have a pods. Pod has a container. Container has a coming from image. Image has a applications, and application has a bug. And this bug is consuming lots of CPU and lots of RAM. So what will happen? Tell me that what will happen if that team A pods has a bug, software has a bug, which is consuming lots of CPU and RAM. What will happen?
And, then maybe if team A has consumed all the resources, then team B won't be able,
Ha.
their pods will not be scheduled.
Correct, 100% right. So here this is having issues. Of course, this will also have issue. This will also have issues because we deploy the image, same image with the deployment. So basically, this every machines got impacted, and team A is consuming. Now team B is frustrated, saying that how dare you develop such kind of applications? It's full of bugs, and because of you guys, I have a downtime. This is like not acceptable. That is one day. Second day, what has happened? Team B, there is one guy who's very curious to break the things and then join the things. What this guy did, he accidentally, with a curiosity or with accident, he deleted the configuration pod file, some object. See, in a Kubernetes, we have 70 objects. One object he deleted or change or something, and now this application is down. So now team A is furious on this guy at this team, saying that how dare you touch my pod configuration, this that. So what I'm trying to say here is one cluster powered by multiple worker, shared by multiple team, and they will fight with each other. Multiple team, multiple product, multiple department, and they will fight with each other. Why? They'll fight for resources. I need this much of resources. I want the guarantee of this much of resources. Resources means CPU, RAM, storage. And also they will also protect themselves with the wants to protect, like no one else should be touching their pod and deployment or whatever it is. Correct now? This kind of things will happen, correct? Correct now? Hello?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Yeah.
Right.
So management can't divide this separate cluster. Let's think that hey, physically let's divide. That way the scalability, context, and cost will be high. Scalability will be limited and cost will be very high, management cost. So this vertical division is not good. That way you will have to set up a 3 different cluster. So what to do? So then Kubernetes has come up with the one concept saying that hey, listen, do one thing. I will divide the logically this cluster. See, it's not a vertical division, not physical division. It's not like one node you take it, 2 nodes I'll take it up, not like that. Still you'll have a three nodes, but we'll decide this logical division. Logical division, I'm saying, not a physical separation, logical separation. And this separation, this concept we call, okay, we call it a namespace. Namespace. So this namespace now you deploy, and admin will set the namespace limitation saying that hey, you can use only 10 GB. This namespace you can use only 5 GB. Now no matter what, how many how many ports you run it, you can maximum utilize 5 GB, not more than that. Logically is limit set. No matter how many ports you're running, maximum 10 GB. And here you can set this user. So set the permission. Namespace is a logical division of cluster. Logical division of cluster. For what? Dividing for dividing the cluster for the multiple different teams, different department, different products. For why? So each department would get the resources allocated, guaranteed, and plus each department or product or team will access their own resources like a pod deployment or whatever it is, not others. Separation, isolation, logical isolation. Understood now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So now
Yeah, correct.
coming back to the point here. So you want to change the namespace. You want to have to deployment to certain namespace. So if you want to set the namespace used for the Helm operation, you can set it up. So these all are Kubernetes. These all are Kubernetes related, and these are the Kubernetes related. These are the registry related. I'll talk about registry, and these are the things I talked about. Driver is like a template driver. Okay, so this we'll discuss little bit later. Understood all these variables? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Now the question is, how do we see that which are set, which are not set for myself? So the command which we have is Helm env. Env is a command which will help you to whatever the set for the client environment. So you see that I run this one in my desktop, and here it is. These are the things which is set. More, you can check it out yourself. Now, next question is, you will have a questions like, okay, yesterday one of the registry you access, which is a bitnami. So you'll ask, what are the different popular registries you have, which you can use it. So guys, there are a hell lot of it. In fact, you can create a repository yourself also. That's not a big deal. Okay, so hell lot of repository, which is a popular repository, which you can see is popular one is hub.helm.sh, artifacts.io, bitnami, and Google also hosted something, and CodeCentric also hosted. These are the popular one, but hell lot of it. Okay, so please refer this one once just for time being, get comfortable. Now, how do we add the repository? This you know that here I'm adding, if you see the repo add stable name of the, this is the stable repository from the Helm is official one. Google also, they had a repository earlier, but deprecated actually last month. So we have to change the path. It will be change the path. So I did not saw that actually. So any one repository you can use it. Now these are the commands you need to work with repository and registry. Okay. So what is this command? So this command which we have is pull. So by the way, I just want to do quick audit actually. Quick audit I want to do. So each one of you, can you please tell me which are the commands which we have learned so far today? I mean yesterday.
kubectl get nodes hell
You
minus h
no no no
hyphen
no that
h.
okay okay. My observation is I am not worrying about the QCTL. I'm just teaching you. Yes, I'm teaching you. I'm adding those commands because of Helm only. I want to stick to the Helm topics. So Helm, how many commands we have? We have covered. Tell me.
Helm install, Helm uninstall.
Wonderful. Helm install, and
Helm
then
-h.
yeah, -h also good. Uninstall, good.
Helm
Hyphen
list,
Helm list,
Helm
give
repo list,
have Helm repo list. Okay, repo is a good. Yeah, please tell me. Helm -h, wonderful.
Helm
And then
repo remove,
release.
Helm
Helm environment.
repo remove.
env today, and Helm repo. Yeah, here automatically it will come. Add um, list, remove, all this thing will come automatically. So best way to if you want to learn quickly, -h you do that. So it will be easy for you. Correct now?
Helm
So
create as well.
Helm create also wonderful. So creating your own chart and so on. Yeah, got it right. So these are the commands you covered. Now let's move on to the few more commands. So here these are the commands. Primarily we work with charts and repositories. So pull command, what you will use for it. So using the pull commands, you download a chart from repository and in fact unpack it in the local directory also. Okay. Push command, you can create your own repository, I mean sorry, chart, and then push to the repository. Okay. One of the option is available is like a GitHub, or you can use this one, what do you say, Artifact Hub. Many options are there. Now, before pushing, you required to log in. Okay, log in. So you have to use registry login or logout and done. Okay. Now repo command, we have used it. We have added the repo. We have list the repo, but same way, if you think you want to remove it, you can do that. Update also if you are outdated, or you can index also. Index means it will be updated the cache file and index chart repository. Using search command, you can search the chart using command line. And if you want to see some charts, okay, if you want to see some charts information, you can do that also. Okay, so these are the commands we will practice in some time. So look at this here. Here, let me run these commands rather than talking only. So clear the screen. Okay, so here, first command which you see, this command which will add the registry. So this I have added, I guess. I think I have added. No, it was not added. So Helm list, sorry, Helm repo list. It's a revision. So here you added last day I added one this repository, and here I added this repository. So name is Bitnami, very popular one, and Helm also stable, very popular one. Okay, so now this is done. Now you want to pull some chart. So where I am inside that, let me go inside of the directory. Okay, mkdir Raju, cd Raju, and now let me run this. So stable I have already added, and now you see here you have a this is chart. Now this file we is a compressed one, tar and ggzip. So this is the one. You can untar it and uncompress also. So but if you want to do through the command line, then this is the command. Look at this here. Here you are pulling it, and when you pull it in a compressed format, this is the particular version you are pulling. If you remove this one, it will be coming with the latest one. Now here you are pulling this same chart. If you look at this here, this chart, okay, not same chart, different chart and different version. But here you are, what you are doing, you are saying, hey, I want to untar, and untar directory should be this one. Okay, so now let me run this and let me show you the demo. And now you don't have to manually do that. You see here, you come here and you see this is the file. See, now I hope you remember that this is one chart which is of nginx ingress and values.yaml templates are there. and this file you remember. This is the meta information, again repeating all the variables value into place. For that you require the templates. Okay, if you know Python, it'll be easy. If you know Go, it'll be easy to understand. This directory has to be templates only. That's a Python specification. That's a Go specification. So like that. Are you okay so far?
One question, Rajesh.
Yeah.
When we do this Helm repo add stable and HTTP, right?
Mhm.
Now we have made a connection with the HTTP charts.helm.sh, right? And
Mhm.
it has come to our cache. This pull to the internet and fetching out this MySQL, or it is coming from the local.
See how it is happening. The repository concept, which I explained it to you, how it is happening is this way. First thing, there is a cloud. Let me create a cloud, and this cloud is your Bitnami or Google or Helm or whatever it is, and this is your machine. Okay, concept is very simple, and this is your client. The client in our case is a Helm. Okay, so what happens if you add a repository? Please understand that if you add a repository, then what will happen? Only this directory file will be modified, which I talked about it, configuration file here. When you add a repository, this repository.yaml will be updated. Now, when you install the repository, then what will happen? What will happen? The data repository will come from here to local cache. Where is the local cache? I talked about it just 5 minutes before. This one. Do you remember that? It will
Yeah.
come and then install from here. Okay, then install from here, and it will go to the Kubernetes. Now what I did, I'm not installing it. That is the yesterday we did it. Today what I'm doing is I am manually downloading that chart. So if mind it, if that chart is local, you will get it in a compressed format. Anyways, from the cache directory in this directory, current directory. If it's not local, it will download and get you. Simple. Got it? Pull means, remember the git pull we do that, docker pull we do that. You might have docker pull, at least you might have done it, right? Why we do the pull? Because that is there in the GitHub. We want to make it a local docker repository, correct now?
Yeah.
So like that.
So, so basically, Rajesh, you are saying, uh, is it possible that we will run the Helm pull command without doing Helm repo add command?
No, add is a just to, okay. Again, someone had asked this question yesterday. So here add means what? Add means you are telling some, okay, I'll put it in this way. Let me go to that. So what is happening? There is a one registry, second registry, third registry, four registry, five registry. Now think about it, very simple logic. Tell me one thing, this is a Helm, and you are saying Helm install XYZ. So now XYZ will be searched here or here or here or here or hundreds of more registry we have it. In fact, you can start registry within a 5 minutes. I'll show you that where it will go. So for that purpose, first we do, you know what? We tell, oh, okay, do one thing. This you add in the my default registry using add command, and next time when you install it, Helm through install it, it will search that package here. So you see search Helm install MySQL. So this repository will be search here, MySQL will be search here, download it to the local cache, and from here it will install the Kubernetes. Simple concept.
So
Now, by the way,
basically, when you are doing a add Helm add, it's just adding that repository link into your
correct,
configuration,
correct,
right?
yes,
Nothing is pulled.
nothing is
Now,
pulled.
when you do the pull, now it automatically checks the configuration from the configuration file where my repository is, connects to that, and then pull
Yeah,
it out,
yes,
right?
correct,
So it is
yes,
connecting to internet as well in Helm pull.
correct,
Nothing.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So here, see what happens. Here you are adding a chart repository. And here you are listing the chart repository here. And if you want to, if your local is outdated with the chart repository, here you are updating the chart repository. So it is not downloading the chart. Pull command will download the chart. Installed command will download the chart in cache. Getting my points, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One more question. If I have a Helm add done, right? I have my configuration. Can I list down all the charts into that repository without being
Yes.
into UI?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Here list
Okay.
chart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and search also
Rajesh,
you can do that.
Rajesh, one question.
Yeah.
So you mentioned I can add multiple repositories, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
You can
once I
call
have
it
add,
register. Yeah. Please go ahead.
yeah, so once I have added multiple repositories, so basically what you said is a link, right? And when I ask to search for a particular image or a chart, so how does it knows which repository it has to search for? I mean, or it looks in all those repositories, is it?
Uh, no, actually, not sure. We are missing small things. Just let me talk about it. Just a second.
Okay.
So just a second. Hold on. See here, it's very simple. Uh, Mind it here. This is a registry. Okay, a registry. But the command is to add it repo add. That means why we are saying because this is a repository. So next time the real path which you are trying to hit it is this one. Next time, if you say I want to install Jira, this one. Next time I want to install, let's say Apache, this one. So this is a repository and this is a registry where it is registered, registered like that. For example, let me do one thing. Here you go, artifact hub, correct now? This is a registry. And here if you go, see here, add repository. So artifactive is a registry. You're adding one repository. It can be your product DevOps X and path of this you have to give it and then you have to add it. So concept, if you know any tools which is Git or something like this, then it will be easy for you to work on it. Got it?
Yeah.
So I'll put it in this way: Helm, Docker, Git. What else? These all work in the same concept actually. Okay, so now third command which you see that this is for pulling the Redis, but here you are saying, hey, don't untar it, false. Okay, now fourth command, if you see, basically here you are saying, look at it a little bit carefully, pull a chart from a specific repository. Okay, pull a chart from a specific using the custom configuration file. So custom configuration file means here kubeconfig. Just now I showed you the concept of kubeconfig. Okay, that is under the .cube config file. But if you think no, I want to uh, download it using the different configuration file, then you can specify different configuration file, different repo and pull stable. Hardly we do that. This is in a production, we extreme automations once you have to do that. Now this is something, pull a private chart from the repository using credential. So let's say if you have a sum in your office, I don't know which one you are using, maybe Nexus or maybe Artifactory, maybe ECR if you're on cloud, or maybe ACR. Which one you are using for registry service, registry work? JFrog, Artifactory?
It's a JFrog
If
we are
Yeah.
using.
So JFrog also you can host your Helm repository. Okay. JFrog support Artifactory supported package type. So it supported Docker image also, Helm chart also, professional edition. Okay, you can, that means you can store your Helm chart here and you can download it here, pull and push. So look at this. Help, see here. Okay, so it's supported manage your Helm chart in Artifactory and gain control over deployment to your Kubernetes cluster. So it is supported. You can use that also. So what is happening, because Artifactory is powered with the username and password. So in that case, you have to, this is the Artifactory location and your chart location, and your username and password, you can pass it and pull that chart also. Okay. By the way, if you want to, you have to provide username and password in the installation case also, if you are installing directly from the chart. So all of you understood this pull command? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rajesh, one question. Can you go back to those commands here? So if I see the second command, so it is saying that we are untarring it to a
Untarring it,
particular,
and same time the directory you
saving
are
it,
specifying it.
yeah, untarring it to a particular directory, right?
Right, right.
And uh, in the third command, we are saying that untar is equals to false. Don't untar it. We are
Yeah,
just downloading it.
correct.
Okay. And in the first command, what will happen among these two scenarios? Will
Uh,
it get untarred or not?
no, no. In this first scenario, it will copy, I mean, it will download the gunzip file. See, there is a two things. Please understand that. There is a, okay, I'll show you the demo. It'll be easy for me because explanation sometimes we get lost. So go to directory, and this charts directory. Okay, so there is a one concept we call tar. So what is happening? We have tar command hyphen cvf charts dot tar, and the location is charts itself. Enter. So this I created one chart. You see, sorry, tar. Now I have to gunzip, jzip actually. Jzip means compress. So jzip, and here when I jzip, it will become a jzip file. Let me show you. See here. So now you understand that tar untar here in this context. So that way you will understand if you want the tar untar, not untar, uh, as a package file. So it's up to you. Got it? Now you will say, what are the other options we have available? So here, easy way, which I told you to practice, start practicing, Helm pull hyphen H. And here you see lots of options. You will see that here,
No, no,
some
I
of,
was just saying that if you are not giving any untar
then
in the
you will get,
argument,
then you will
yeah,
get a package only
okay.
package in the Gunji format. I got it some, just, yeah, no, this one. Somewhere I did it. So I'll do that one more time. Just uh, delete. uh, You'll get in the current directory here. You see, this is the file. This is a tard also and Gunjip also. T means tar, JZ means Gunjip. GZip,
Okay.
sorry. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so now a few options I want you to also check it out. To Helm pull hyphen H. So many other options are there. Global, just forget it because anyways you can see that. But here you see some of the options which you want to specify. You can check it out. But it's not a daily use, but sometime you know what, some customizations will come and this will help you. So guys, all of you understood this? Any questions so far? Hello? Okay. Now guys, you must be asking what are the list of registry options we have available for private one. So one is Artifactory, which we are discussing, but you can use JFrog Container Registry, which is Artifactory, we call it. Harbor, we can use it. This is from CNCF, by the way. Okay, so this you can use it as a anything. Chart Museum, you can use it. This is a one open source initiative. Code you can find it here. And this for the production, I would suggest if you don't have a JFrog, then use a Harbor. If you have a JFrog or Nexus, don't duplicate the efforts. Use the same one. UCR also you can use it. Nexus also you can use it. GitLab also you can use it. ACR also you can use it. GCR also you can use it, and so on. So these are the popular one, but many other softwares are also there in the market. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. So now that you will get comfortable with. Now, next question is push command. Okay. So push command, I'll talk about just at a high level demo. I'll show you that tomorrow, because for that I need to set up a different registry. Okay. So here, how do we push it? So here also you have a 3 commands to understand. So first you do Helm package. So here when you see there is a one repository, I'll just demo. I forgot that how to create, all of you. I forgot that command. Anyone remember?
Helm create.
Helm create, wonderful. So Helm create and Raju. This is a chart name. Oh, sorry, my bad. Helm create Raju. Now this chart, you have it, you got it. Now I want to package this. So how do we do that? So Helm package and here -h. Please read this, what exactly this will do. So this command package a chart into versioned char chart archive file. Archive file means starring and ggping. I just know I showed you. Is a path is given. This will look at the path for the chart which must contain chart.yaml and then package that directory. So how do we do that? So here Helm package and the path of the chart. If you want to provide signing, you want to sign it, you can do that. Sign keys are here. This is your chart path. And if you want to give the key rank also. So these are not needed at a learning level, but production level always we deploy the sign chart. So this will help you. Few other options are there, so you can find out that option. So let me package this guy. So here Helm package and dot Raju, and here I got created one package. This is a tard also and ggp also. If you want to if you want to uncompress the gunzip and then tar -x for extract manually, you can do that. So this is your tar. Now what to do after that? You have to After that you have to log into the registry. So the command is Helm registry. Helm registry, you have to log in it. How do you log in? So Helm registry, enter, and here you see login and log out. So here right now I don't have a server, but you log in with some username and some path you'll give it, and you will log into that registry. And after that you do the Helm push. Okay, are you understanding, all of you? Hello? So this is the command. See, login and push. This is the example. This is the package, login and push. Here I have given how to work with the Azure registry. If you are using GitHub registry also, this tutorial is good. ECR registry, if you are using GitHub registry, if you are using for GitLab registry, if you are using for JetBrains registry, if you're using for GitHub registry and Alibaba Cloud. So all these things you have it. We'll set up one registry tomorrow, and then we'll do that. Just a process you need to know. So are you comfortable with this? How to work with the push command, all of you? All of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now list of private registry done. Okay. This blog is for the how to push publish chart on Artifact Hub. I'll talk about tomorrow. Same demo will be there. Now show commands. So show command you have to use a lot for understanding the chart's anatomy. So the show Helm show command is used to display information about a chart, including its values, template, metadata, and stuff like that. So let me check that how many charts we have. So click on this Helm. I forgot the command to list out the chart. Anyone remember?
Command for
Helm list.
List
Helm list.
Helm, but Helm list will give you the release now. This is the release. What is the command for listing the chart?
Repo list.
Wonderful. So this is the I have a to list, and now if you want to showcase some chart name. So here, which chart I used it? Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. So I use this chart. Uh, yeah, this chart. Okay. So now just give me 2 seconds. Done. So now I want to get this chart information. So Helm, show stable MySQL. Just a second. Show all. Just a second. And okay, so now if you see that I install the chart, I download the chart, of course. Now, if you want to just a second. This is a pretty huge information. So if you want to see everything, you want to just a second, where is start? It's long actually. Somewhere start from here. So if you want to see that every information, you can see this is the meta information about the chart. Here, MySQL image version, all the details you have here. MySQL password and all this thing. If you understand the MySQL software, you'll understand all these parameters also. Volumes related stuff. You know, here why it's running, empty-dir is using. Now what is empty-dir? It will create a volume in the same directory, same host. Now, so these are the way you can, see that anatomy of chart in one go. This will save your time. And prerequisite for running this chart is Kubernetes 1.10, and they require a PV also. So I did not install the PV. So let me see that. QCTL get pods. See, it's pending. It's pending. Why? Because of PV is missing. PV is not created, so you have to have a PVs for that. So if you go for QCTL, describe. These all are troubleshooting I'm teaching you. Describe pod and name of the pod in default, and see the events. See here, PV is missing. So you have to create a PVs, then automatically it will be corrected. If PV is there, most of the clusters will have a PVs. So now this is the command to check all the information. But if you want to see limited information, so Helm show -h, and you can do chart only. So you can write uh, just a second, I'm copying this in command line. It will be easy for me. And history, and here. So here I showed you all. Now you can see the only chart information. So here you can do chart, and only the chart information you have here. You want to do only CRDs. CRD means custom resource definition on the Kubernetes. So do we have? I don't think so. Yeah, CRDs will not be having in MySQL. I know that. If you want to read me file only, see that. Readme file for this, and see, these are the use cases scenario. So if you are creating a charts, you have to create a good readme files. And if you want to see the values, the values from values.yaml, values, enter. So now here, these are the things you see that. So look at this here, pretty longer one, and then you can see that. So yeah, show commands, you can use it this like this. These are the commands. First, you let me copy paste, and then I'll share with you this command. Okay, guys. So any questions so far, all of you, on the show commands?
No, Rajesh.
Okay, great. Now, next command is search command. So search in your repository. So for example, here you see, here you are saying Helm search repo name. So anyone have idea how many repos you had? Just name the repos, because I showed you many times. One each,
Vietnamese.
and second one is
Stable.
stable.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So their repo name, you will refresh that and then you will do that. So let me do that one. So Helm search stable nginx, and sorry, there's some commands issues. Hub repo. So search repo, no found. So it's not there. So must be some different name actually. Let me search all. I have a two repos. So search all repo. Uh, Command is correct. Search all and repo hub. There's a problem in this command. Sometime this little bit of modifications happen. So what you can do with a different release. So search repo all nginx. Yeah, no results. So maybe name will be different or something, or something like this. Nginx. Is there. So that command all was not there. So this was the wrong command actually. So here some modifications needed in this my documents, because it's the older maybe commands. So here this way you can search for it. Helm search repo all, here specifying not all. So Helm search repo nginx, and these are the things you have actually. Hub artifacts hub. If you want to search for the hub, you have to use here hub, and hub you have so much. So command got changed little bit, and this happens sometime when you have a new release and stuff like that. So I will ask you to try this command. I'll update the documents actually. Okay. Any other questions on the search command, all of you? Any questions?
Rajesh, in general, I'm a question not related to search command. So,
Mhm.
what we are looking for the ham is like it is supporting to a directory structure the all the Kubernetes resources. So, is it also supporting the one level above or setting up the infrastructure level, like as we are having different cloud formation scripts for various infrastructure? So, does the Helm also support that we can make those directories and create the infrastructure from the Helm also, or is it only specific to the Kubernetes resources only?
Actually, your question, Helm can help you, but
Mhm.
not through Helm core. You need to use Helm plugin and functions.
Okay.
So what is happening? I'll tell you the concept, simple concept. This is your Helm chart, and Helm chart, you know that it's very much clear by now, like it's for deploying the resources on the cluster. Correct now?
Yeah.
So, but before that, this is the clusters. Before that, you want to run maybe Ansible code,
Mhm.
Terraform code, XYZ code, whatever you want to do, I don't know. So that
Mhm.
you can do through the plugins and functions. So there is a way before executing the help command, you can run those script and get it done. In fact, PowerShell script you can run all these
Mhm.
things. So I'll show you that one also. So
Okay.
right now we are exploring the core functionality of Helm, and after
Mhm.
that we'll get into the external functionality. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so now what I want here, I want you to do two more things. One is register account at Artifact Hub. Everyone is a free account, okay? .io. This also I want to you to do that. So I'll just update this properly and get it done. Okay, so now I'll give you lab exercise. Whatever I did, you are going to play with the same thing. Uh, but before that, can we have a break, all of you? Meanwhile, I'll just upload this. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.